Notts County talk outside Mead Lane. It's finished Notts County 2, Hartlepool United 2. Overall a decent performance after being 2 down to fight back with 2 great goals. We'll go into the player ratings for today's game. George, starting goal with Slocum.
Can't really give him much higher than a 6. You know, he's conceded 2 goals. Maybe there's not much that you can really do about them, but I think you can't really give a keeper that's conceded 2 goals more than that. He's not really done anything, like made any saves, has he? He's made that slip, didn't he? You can't really mark him down on that. But.
Yeah, I mean, he's had the save from their right back coming forward, but it's a tight angle for him, so I'm going to go with a 6 of Slocum.
You have to save those ones, I think, as a keeper.
Yeah, exactly. Started right back, very quiet for Brindley today. Didn't really see much of him in an attacking sense. I'm going to go for a 6 for Brindley as well.
Yeah, he wasn't really allowed to do much from the offset, I don't think, so yeah, I'll give him a 6 as well.
Let's go on to centre-backs. Who do you want to start with?
We'll start with Rawlinson, I think. Now, first off, for me, Rawlinson, Turner and McCrory were really poor. And that's compared to recent performances. Obviously, they still sort of did a job, but Turner for their second goal, he dived in a bit, didn't he?
Turned inside out.
Yeah. I don't know, what would you give?
I'm going to go Rawlinson a 6 today. I don't think he was brilliant. I know he had a better second half, but Notts didn't really have much to do second half, so...
Yeah, I think a 6 is a fair
I'm going to
reflection.
go another 6, yeah?
Yeah.
Go to Turner. Now, he was turned inside out for their goal. But there's a few things like...
The amount of shots he's had on target today. He had about 3 or 4 headers that have gone on target.
Yeah.
And you're just going to think, it's only going to be so many more games he's going to be getting them and he's going to nick a goal, isn't it?
I think second half, I think he was good. There was the early on going down the wing in front of the Kop and he slid in, retained possession. I'm going to go a 7. I think he's been decent. He's always good, but
I give him a 7 as well.
7.
Yeah.
Agreed so far on all of them. And then go to McCrory.
I'm going to give him a 7. First half, like I just said, he wasn't great. Second half, he definitely made up for it. Me and Neil mentioned it because Booty came on and he's obviously on the left, but I think McCrory coming up the pitch a little bit more has allowed him to drop in, and he's played more of a favourable position in more of a central role. So I think that has worked as well because he came on again for me, Booty, and he's played well. So yeah, I'd give McCrory a 7.
I agree with a 7. I think especially second half. When Hartlepool were penned in, he was given a lot of opportunity to cross the ball, and I just think, it's a good performance from him. You're always going to get a solid performance from most of our defenders, but yeah, I agree with you on the 7. Start wingers. Let's get Shields out of the way.
The funny one because he was chopping and turning and doing all the fancy stuff, wasn't he? But he didn't really do anything with it. He was bought off at half time, so for me, 6, mediocre score. You can't really score him higher, can you?
I'm going to go 5 for Shields today.
Yeah.
I thought he did nothing. I really like him, but he seemed, you mentioned it during the game, he seemed a bit unsure and a bit nervous of what he was doing today. I don't know if he followed Ardley's plans, but there was a lot of opportunities. We've said he can cross with both feet where he wasn't putting the ball in the box early enough. He was simply out-muscled by their fullback, plain and simple. Didn't have the physical strength. 15 in the middle for Hartlepool kept dropping back in on him, and he just didn't have a great game.
No.
Go to the other wing now, Enzio.
I'm going to give him a 7 today. He's, from what I've seen so far, obviously I haven't been to any away games yet this season. I am wishing to go to a few, but he's tracked back. He's been running back to cover his right back. So for me, he's looked like he had a bit more want for me today, and he's played very well. So.
Yeah, I give him a 7. I think his energy today noticeably better, and I hope I think it is to do with confidence from his 2 goals, especially the first, which was a cracking goal. But I think with the improved confidence, you can see that he's stepped up his game today. He drifted infield a bit more, if you noticed that, and it seemed to work. So 7 for me for Enzio. We agree on that one. Yeah. Let's go in the middle. Let's go Doyle. You love him, don't you?
Yeah, I do love him, but he's not had a great game for me today. He's gave the ball away. Now, he did leave his foot in a tackle, but it wasn't really a tackle. Like, he was kicking the ball, but he's left his foot in, and we all know what that can lead to. And I think he's got to be careful because I think refs will be looking out for him, and players will be looking out for him to draw a foul from him. So he's got to be careful in that respect. But I think he did wind it in after that and kept it composed. But I can't really give him much higher than a 6 today because, like I say, he's got the ball away a few times and a few simple passes he's messed up. So.
I'm going to go 7.5
really?
for Doyle today. Yeah. I think especially second half when they were penned in, he kept finding McCrory with passes that were pinpoint, and there were a few diagonals across the pitch. I think for me today, he's done pretty well. Like I said, like you said, there was a tackle, and from where we sat, he definitely left his leg in. There's no doubt about it. So I think for me, he gets a 7.5.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Other centre mid, Rose.
It's frustrating because I don't want to stand here and slate him, but he's just done nothing. Me and Neil were saying before we did the chat, he just didn't. It's like he wasn't on the pitch for the second half. I thought he'd been subbed off, and no sign of him, was there? I'm going to give him a 5 today. He's doing that thing again where he's trying to take players on, and it's not really working. He's done that a couple of times today. It's so annoying.
If you remember, just after half time, when we clawed it back to 2-1, he tried to. I don't even know if it was a nutmeg. Midway in Notts half, he gave it away. And then number 33, who I can't remember his name, was a cracking player. The one that turned Ben Turner inside out. He nearly scored again. Yeah. And it was down to just stupidness. And listen, when Rose came in at the start of when he first came last season, I really liked him, and I still really like him.
Me and you both.
We do like him. It sounds like we don't, but I don't know. Maybe we're seeing different from other people, but I'm gonna give him a 5.5 today. He wasn't even in the game second half, like I said. Maybe 10 touches max. Yeah. He wasn't challenging for things second half. He left Doyle for me to do a lot of the work in the middle on his own.
Yeah. We're going to move up the pitch, We'll get Wotton out of the way first for me. I'm going to give him a 7.5. He's held up play well today, like he always does. His touches have been a bit off today. He gave a couple away where he's been bringing it down, but it's been Hartlepool made it difficult for him today. I think they definitely did the homework on him. So 7.5 for me.
I'm going 7 for Wotton today. There was a point near the end of the game, and the ball was in the air, and I just knew he'd take it down. And he took it down his chest. He was being dragged about all over the place, but he never moans. We say it every week. Really good performance.
I just want to say as well, he's probably our most consistent player at the minute.
We're giving him 7 minimum every week.
Well, it's the lowest we'll give him.
Yeah,
7.
Yeah.
So you look at that, and he's very consistent. But we'll go on to the goal scorer in Thomas. What do you think?
8.5. We've said before that perhaps he doesn't score enough of his clear-cut easy chances. Today, was seconds one of the easiest chances. First, brilliant finish.
Yeah, that goal came from nothing. Like the keeper's run out, probably expecting to just get the ball, and he's just put a cheeky touch on it, and it looks like the defender could have even cleared it. It was rolling in, and it's ended up in the back of the net. And it's credit to himself really, because that was to pluck that out from what he had was a great finish. I'm going to give him a 9 today as well, because there was a few times as well off the ball where, what side was he on? I think he was on the left, wasn't he? He had to cover for McCrory, and he's running back and covering McCrory's back a little bit. And from your striker, that's very good. I think I do like to see that. So yeah, 9, solid performance.
If we have a look at the subs, so Booty obviously came on for Shields. So creative for me. Never looks like he can run more than 5 minutes, but he's a very fit player. Yeah.
It's weird. He always looks knackered, but he's always got that fitness. And like you say, for me, he's come on. He's put the crosses in. He's got the assist for the Thomas second. I don't know. What did you give him?
I'm going 8.
Yeah, I give him an 8 as well.
For
a sub to come on and get an 8, give him a start. You know what I mean?
I think he transformed the game, and obviously everything he tried didn't work.
Yeah.
But when he does, it's the act of actually trying, isn't it? That goes for him. And
Spurs players and fans on.
He does. He is, and he allowed McCrory to be a bit more creative and just I think it's a good performance. Now Dennis, there's literally not enough.
The only time I've seen him was when they were offside. Was it Rose had the shot?
Yeah. And
him and Wotton were offside, and they were ping pong and trying to get it in the net, but it wouldn't have counted anyway. So 6.
He's got to go 6.
He's had nothing to do. So
yeah.
But that wraps up, doesn't it?
It does. So as usual, please put your play ratings in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, because it really helps us out. And thank you all for your support that you've been giving us throughout the season so far.